Okay, the second piece I want to show you is a little bridal bouquet, a different one. I started with creating a wire frame. I bent it into multiple little flowers and little petals. And when I've got the structure, I dipped it into hot wax. Don't do it in a new kitchen. I can't advise you. I've experienced this night, so don't do it. Inside there's a little piece of oasis, so the flowers go in. Today, because of the time, I'm not gonna wire them. If it's for a bride, please wire them correctly, so your flowers won't fall off. I've got gorgeous Paphiopedium, always a difficulty to pronounce. It's the Rosy Dawn from PP Orchideeën in Holland and delivered by Logico. I'm very happy with it because it's a beautiful statement flower for in a bridal piece. Again, Risa grasses and a beautiful white Lathyrus from lathyrus.nl. I absolutely adore the smell. If you could smell through TV, through your iPad or whatever, it's absolutely amazing. So the first thing I've done is I put in 3 Phalaenopsis. It always makes me happy, that smell.
So Joyce, Shabby She, says something really cute. Everybody could use some sun in their life, and you bring it to us with this beautiful arrangement. Thank you.
Thank you too. The last one, that is sunshine. That is gonna be some amazing colors. If that's not sun, I don't know it anymore.
So Joachim says, stunning work, Conny.
Thank you very much. Be careful with putting your flowers in that they won't attach to the wire, because then you will damage the flowers.
So Angela Hurd says the filigree arrangement is encasing what?
There's a little oasis inside and the wire structure is hanging around and above the oasis, so it's standing loose from, and everything is hanging on the little handle.
So Jacqueline Boerma says, love it, Conny. Can you talk about the technique?
Which technique do you mean? The wire frame or the technique about flowers? All of it. Okay, the wire technique, it's a technique I use often. I create a pattern and I sketch it on paper and place that paper on styrofoam, and then I've got the little needle pins. I completely go around the pattern and then tie the wire around it, so you will create one piece of the pattern. All those pieces wired together create structure. So if you've got a repetitive pattern, it's an easy thing to do because you don't have to create by hand, and every time it's different because the pattern with the needle stays in the foam. You can go around it as many times as you want. So it's staying a little bit inside the shape, but it's also going a little bit out, create some air between it.
Lisa Florista says, brilliant. And Angela says, she uses the styrofoam as a template. Got it.
Yeah, just sketch your pattern on paper and place it on the styrofoam. So it's a really solid base and you can keep it for the next time. Create something else with the same pattern or change the way you put the patterns together, then it's again a completely other structure. If you think about the wireframe, if I put it upside down or on the little feet, then you can create a little object or something like that.
Angela says it is so light and romantic.
It's a little feminine. I think often the shapes, I was last talking with Solomon about it, and if I think of my designs, it are often feminine shapes and colors. Beauty of Paphiopedium.
So, question from Margaret. How does the bride carry the bouquet? I can't see a handle.
Gonna be carried like this. My thought is that it follows the shapes a little bit, but also goes outside, so it's still a little bit airy. And the oasis, normally you say don't show it, but in this case, if it's still a little bit shown, I don't mind, because then it's still a little bit natural and earth feeling.
Angela says, so the bride could slide her hands through the ribbons?
Yeah, just underneath the little knob on side, so she can hang it and it will follow her movement.
Maybe you can say something about Floral Fundamentals.
Floral Fundamentals, I don't know if you know it, but it's a great organization, and the beautiful thing about it is there is once in every 3 months there's the release of a new magazine, and that magazine is free to download. What's inside the magazine are a beautiful arrangement from all of the Floral Fundamental ambassadors. Normally before COVID we come together in 4 times a year. go visit the growers, see how the flowers will grow, and they explain everything about the process and what the flowers means to them, and they're so passionate. It is always great to meet the new growers. I think it was last week that the new magazine was released. So if you go to the app, you can download it for free. The last one is many Scandinavian designers, and they make beautiful arrangements.
Question from Angela. Are you using Agra wool or biodegradable oasis?
The Bio Oasis. I think Boerma Instituut always works with the Bio Oasis. It's so important to look out the environment at this point, so every little part helps.
So Margaret says if Margaret would ever marry again, then she would want this to be her bridal bouquet because she loves it very much.
Thank you very much. It's not a traditional bridal bouquet, I know, but sometimes it's good to go outside the traditions.
And Dahlia says, it is so beautiful, Conny. Wow, wow, wow.
Thank you, Dahlia. When I place the flowers, I put my hand underneath the oasis to support it a little bit. And as you see, more flowers get in, the more difficult it will get to get your flowers inside. But that's a good thing, because then the stems will support each other and hold each other.
Question from Taiwan. For the flower arrangement, do you use a special shape or style? And is it a one center point way to arrange the flowers?
Yeah, I'm always going to the center with the flowers, just like a hand-tie bouquet. So everything points in the center of the bouquet. The binding point, sorry.
Question from Angela. How long would it last?
It will last at least a few days because there's oasis inside. Orchids are so strong, especially Phaeopelium and the Phalaenopsis. So the first thing that will disappear is the Lathyrus. But the Lathyrus gives the beautiful smell on the bridal bouquet. So I think it's a nice extra in it. And as last one, I'm putting in the Brisa.
Marion Harding says, stunning bouquet and technique. And can you please leave a link of the app you mentioned? So I just put the link below in the chat.
Yeah, the Floral Fundamentals app, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah, please check it out, because really there are some amazing designs. Be inspired, get to know more about your flowers, how they grow. Many growers are connected with the Floral Fundamentals. Like the Lathyrus is from lathyrus.nl. He's also one of the Floral Fundamental growers. Absolutely amazing, his products. It's beautiful, he has many colors, the smell is amazing. So yeah, I'm always happy to work with the Floral Fundamental growers.
So Angela says, shame there isn't smelly vision.
I do have.
Question from Dahlia. What size and type of wire did you use for the structure?
A very thin one. It's the wire covered with paper. I'm not sure where to get this one in the Netherlands or in Europe, because I bought it last year in South Korea. But I think you can order it in Japan. But I'm not sure how to be honest. The normal bind wire, when you've constructed your frame, just paint it with a spray paint, and you can change every color you want.
So Angela Hurt says, Marion, if you have been to the Boerma Instituut, Angelica, as well as Mike, Conny and Jacqueline showcase their work. Angelica models a lot of their work,
yeah.
Always stunning. Thank you, Angela. So Joyce Shabby Chic says, it is an amazing, serene, delicate bridal arrangement.
A little bit more light. The beautiful thing is, when it's hanging down, you see, I have to grow. When the bride is carrying it and she's looking at her bouquet, the Phaeopelium will look at her, but also the Phalaenopsis. So it's beautiful from above, but also from the people that comes to your marriage. So that was my second design.
So a few questions about the bridal bouquet. Question from Joyce. Conny, do you cut your flowers with a breakable Stanley knife?
Yes, I do. I prefer that because the blade, I think, is much sharper, and when it isn't sharp anymore, you just cut off the top and then you can have the new piece so it's sharp again.
And a question from Angela. What do you use as the handle, the bridal bouquet?
That's a little secret over here, because
She already asked, is it ribbon through cork?
The structure was hanging on ribbon and the top is a little, a
Scents.
bottle top.
Yeah, bottle top of incense sticks.
Yeah, and the bottle top I covered with lace. So I promised you a vibrant, happy piece. So let me get the flowers.
Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed. We have a very special announcement. If you would like to support us in making these videos, then you can do so now through our Patreon. Patreon is a platform on which you can give creators like us a bit of financial support. As you might understand, doing these live streams and creating these videos is very time consuming and pretty costly too. We have to prepare a day before, shop for all the materials, go to the flower auction to buy the flowers, etc. We really like to keep offering these kinds of videos to the public for free, but since we are a very small family business with a limited funding, it is quite taxing. The sad truth is, if things keep like this, we probably have to do less live streams. However, the thing is, we actually want to do more on YouTube, create more videos, tutorials, fun projects, and perhaps even stream more often. So that's why we thought about starting a Patreon. Now, when you support us on Patreon, it's definitely not a one-sided thing. At least, it doesn't have to be. You will get some fun things in return. For example, you will get a thank you in the credits of every video, because without your support, they wouldn't be possible. Another example is exclusive behind the scenes footage. You often ask us how we make the frames and the bases that we prepare and build upon during the live streams. On our Patreon we will post pictures and sometimes videos of us creating them. Besides that, you will be able to see our newly edited videos ad-free. We have many more things planned for the future, and if the Patreon grows, we could even start doing some Patreon exclusive online masterclasses and lessons there. So, hop on over to patreon.com/flowerschool and you can become one of our patrons today. That said, we already have 3 wonderful new patrons, so herewith I would like to say a very special thank you to Linda Nielsen, our very first patron, Ionella Pocciovalistanu, our second patron, and Thomas Claffey, our third patron. Thank you very much guys, and see you in the next video.